In this video, I'll be revealing the #1 most profitable drop servicing niche in 2022 that's highly profitable, simple to understand, and easy to sell. Better yet, I'm going to show you step by step how you can build a drop servicing business with this niche even as a beginner. So you can go out there, right after this video and start landing internet sales. Now, before we get into it, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the strategies and tactics I use to build real online businesses that get results like these. And comment below any questions you have for me and I'll personally answer you. Now let's get started. So every year I put out a video updating you on the very best niche for drop services to get into. So this is the inside scoop on what the most profitable niche, the most successful drop services are using to get high ticket sales consistently in 2022. The video is going to break down the best niche for beginner drop services so you can actually just go out there and start your drop servicing business with this niche right away. So first we should lay down some ground rules to answer the question, what exactly makes a best niche for a beginner to start? Well, it should be all three of these things. Highly profitable, which is pretty easy because with drop servicing, we keep 70 to 90% of our sales as profit. It should be easy to understand, so that we don't need to do a lot of research to get started, and easy to sell, so we don't need to convince our clients to buy with any crazy magic tactics. You want it to be in high demand and have a lot of urgency and importance around it, so clients are ready and willing to buy without you having to push too much with it, okay? The niche revealed in this video meets all of these criteria, but better yet, it's something that's new and exploding in demand right now. And if you watch this video until the end, you're going to know all of the steps that you need to take to start making money with it. So let's break down how to build a TikTok for e-commerce advertising drop servicing business, okay? How to get sales and how to deliver. The great thing about this niche is you have very little competition because not many companies are, focusing on this service, but you have instant access to a ton of freelancers on Fiverr and all the other freelancer platforms delivering TikTok ad services. So the demand just grows and grows and grows, and it's going to be a hot service for the e-commerce niche, especially for years to come. Now, let's jump into my laptop real quick here, because the first thing you need to do is actually build the business itself and create the offer. Otherwise, you're not going to have anything to sell, okay? So first, I'm going to show you some of the steps to determine your packages and price. What you want to do, first of all, is just go over to fiverr.com, click join, and once you've created your account, you can search TikTok or TikTok ads and you can see a ton of freelancers and their prices. So you can go through and look at all of these. You can look at their reviews, their past work, see what they're charging and the level of quality. And then after compiling all the best freelancers, you'll get an idea for the average of the packages and prices, which you can then use for the next step where we're going to be researching and comparing it to competitors, okay? But I've already gone about this process and I found it's pretty crazy. It's usually around 10 times more. So it does get pretty insane with huge profit margins you can get with this. Now, you can decide which freelancers are your favorite based on their past work, their reviews, their prices, and so on. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is actually go and have a look at some competitors here, okay? So you can type in TikTok advertising agency and you're likely going to get some competitors of yours, okay? So here you can see, I've already brought up a few competitor websites. We've got this one here, the socialshepherd.com. Then we've also got this one here, advertisement.com, which are both pretty popular. And you can see here that they don't have any prices on their website. So to find their prices, what we would need to do is actually reach out to them and get pricing during the sales process. It's a bit of a long process, but you can reach out to get a quote. And if you search through enough competitors, you can get into discussions with them. And then, you're essentially posing as a potential client to work out their packages and prices, then compare and contrast your freelancers' packages and prices to get an idea of what you can sell, how much you can sell it for, and how much profit you can make from it. Generally, you can set your price anywhere within, that margin there. Now, once you have your pricing and packages based on your competitors and freelancers' prices and packages, you're going to want to set up your website, okay? And you're going to base your website essentially on what your competitors' websites are, what they're like, because there's no point reinventing the wheel. It's already working for them, and they've probably already spent thousands of dollars on testing things. Just look through all of your competitors' websites, look for similarities and differences, and then note those down, and then what you can do is move on to the next step. So you can go through the process of purchasing a domain name for your TikTok advertising business, okay? You can get really cheap ones for like $8, even $1 on namecheap.com, which is what I personally use. And then from there, you want to set up your website or maybe even your LinkedIn page if you want to get your first sales, without spending anything on your business. And then in terms of a website builder though, I recommend Divi. That's the one that I recommend primarily if you're going to go with a WordPress site. It's great. The pricing isn't too crazy. I think it's only $89 a year. So I recommend signing up for Divi. Or you can just go onto LinkedIn, create a LinkedIn page, and then you can turn that into essentially an offer page for your drop servicing business. And that way you can get your first sales for free there. So the next step after you've gone through that process of building the business is to get your offer ready. So first, we want to find potential e-commerce clients to work with, okay? So one of the best free ways of doing so is Instagram. And I already have a tutorial on that on YouTube. So check out this video here. I'll put it on screen for you and you can learn more about that process. But essentially, it allows us to easily find tens of thousands of potential clients very quickly that we can then turn into paying customers via a simple DM, for example. So you can get their email to reach out as well. So yeah, check out the Instagram outreach video if you haven't. And what we're going to be doing here is essentially putting our offer in front of decision makers in order to get those potential opportunities to close a deal. But remember, with any offer, you want to have a certain amount of urgency and importance around it. So you're more likely to get the sale. And if you're just saying the same thing that every other TikTok ads company out there is saying, you're going to get less sales, right? So what you want to do in order to figure out the best offer possible is continuously test new copy. Be creative, guys. Come up with ideas, look at what other companies are doing in terms of their offers, and then put together the best offer over time. So it does take time, but if you go through this process, if you just build your simple little TikTok business using that process I showed you, then you go onto Instagram to get emails and reach out with DM with enough volume of sending messages to these companies, you're going to get some pretty good sales. But from there, you're going to need to deliver the service, right? So once you get that first sale, you're going to want to be able to deliver that service in the most automated way as possible. And with the TikTok ads business, it's really simple. So with any drop servicing business, remember guys, I don't recommend that you work with the freelancers on the network over time because it ends up costing you and the freelancer a lot more. However, for the first few projects, you can work with the freelancer directly on the platform, Fiverr, for example, because it adds a lot more security and trust at the beginning of the relationship. The thing is though, we only pay a freelancer after we get paid by the client. So that fixes a lot of the issues of having to hire someone or spend anything before we get a sale as well. But essentially what you're going to do once you get a sale is you're going to send your client a questionnaire, and you can build that questionnaire based on what your freelancers tell you. So you build that questionnaire, or you can go and find your competitors' questionnaires, put together all the questions and then all the information, all the assets that your freelancer is going to need, and then send that completed questionnaire back to the freelancing team. It's going to depend, whether you're going to be selling ad creation services, which is simply creating an ad for a client, which would be a video in this case, of course, or there's going to be campaign management services where you'll need to access the ad account. And in those cases, it's easy to create a business email address for your freelancer or give them access to your address, which would then have access to your client's account. And in terms of payment methods, you can do Stripe. You can do PayPal as well. I prefer Stripe, but you can also do bank transfer directly to your bank. Using something like TransferWise is really awesome because it has lower fees. And then there's all kinds of ways you can do it these days, but that really is how simple the process can be, especially when you have the most profitable niche out there. This is one of the best business ideas and niches to get started with if you're a beginner at drop servicing right now. And that's why I recommend you get started with this niche for your very first drop servicing business. Listen, the video is not over yet. If you want to get more help in terms of a course, coaching, or community for drop servicing, then click the link in the description to learn more. If you haven't already, click subscribe and hit the notification bell right now so you don't miss out on any more strategies and tactics to help you make money online like this. And comment below, any questions you have for me, and I'll personally answer you, okay? Now, I recommend that you check out this video that you see on screen here if you want to go deeper. Let's talk over in that next video.